Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we just thank you for this day, and we thank you for this opportunity to serve the citizens of Scioto County, Lord. We just pray that you have your will in this meeting, and that you provide us wisdom and judgment to do what's best, Lord. We pray for those in our community that are hurting, Lord, and those that are sick, and that you just have your hand on them. We just give you all the praise and glory. In your holy name, amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
New mask problems, is that what it is?
Wardrobe,
Uh-huh.
like wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah. All right, welcome everybody to the March 25th edition of the Scioto County Board of County Commissioners. We would like to open up our meeting with the approval of the minutes of March the 18th. Could we get a motion, please?
I will make the motion to approve the meeting minutes.
And I will second.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
And a matter request for appropriation of funds.
Are there any questions or comments in regards to item 2? Hearing none.
Motion to approve.
I will second.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
And a matter request for appropriation transfer of funds.
Questions or comments in regards to item 3? Hearing none.
I will make the motion to approve.
I will second.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
And the matter of authorizing the clerk to advertise notice to bidder regarding Scioto County Engineering culvert replacement and Scioto County Road 41.400 bridge replacement.
It's a culvert replacement, authorizing the clerk to advertise bidder for that out on Bear Creek. If any questions or comments in regards to the culvert replacement? Hearing none.
Motion to approve.
I will second.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
And the matter request to attend meetings.
Questions or comments in regards to item 5?
Yeah, this is one of those items similar to the, where we empowered the sanitary to just handle it. For those, this is a request to travel to Chillicothe. It looks like a meal that's $12.50. I'm sure at one point it made sense to send these through the meetings. Maybe we can figure out a resolution to empower, whether it be our clerk or the managers of these departments, up to a certain limit to approve these.
I think it's a great idea. I was wondering, and what you were talking about, and the issue there was a $12.50 expense. You know, we actually have guidelines already passed as far as meals and things like that, and what can be expended on those. We could come up with a dollar value, a maximum dollar value with that in mind as well. Fuel costs, things like that. To do this, we could get with our prosecutor. We can approve this today,
Agreed.
then revisit with our prosecutor to get an opinion on what we could do, just like we did last time.
Yeah, it's one of those things where we're probably spent more time and effort and energy over
Right.
the $12.50 versus just
Right.
empowering people.
Absolutely. So
So I will make a motion to approve the request to attend a meeting.
okay.
Second.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
And we could, if we could, have our clerk, Jen, if you could just follow up and make sure that we figure out how we can do that and what we can do in the next meeting
All right, no problem.
for the next occurrence. Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Powell.
All right, number 6, in the matter of accepting meeting minutes.
Any questions or comments in regards to board minutes? Hearing none.
Motion to accept.
I will second.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
In the matter of contract between the Scioto County Commissioners and Portsmouth Local Air Agency regarding calendar year 2021.
This is our annual renewal for the Portsmouth Local Air Agency contract, $2,500. Any questions or comments in regards? Hearing none.
I make the motion to approve.
I'll second.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
In the matter of resolution establishing a fund for the work release regarding the Adult Probation Department.
This particular request came out of Common Pleas, of course, our work release program that consists of probationers as well as jail inmates going out and cleaning the roads. I appreciate Sean Davis and all his work in regards to the work release and the judges and sheriff and everybody that's involved with that. But it has become clear that they need their own fund in order to be able to receive funds from other entities that are paying. ODOT is willing to give them up to $10,000 a year to work on state routes while they're out and about and doing their thing, and that $10,000 can be utilized for a myriad of things, up to supplies, to feeding the inmates while they're out, and things like that, so it offsets and defrays the cost of the work release program. I think it's a great thing. I think in order to set that up, that way we have to actually do that, but this will enable them to have that fund and be able to grow that fund and have those dollars available where they're not constantly going back and asking for appropriations. Another money-saving, time-saving move. So with that, are there any other questions or comments in regards to this particular request, resolution? Hearing none?
I'll make a motion to adopt.
I will approve, or second, sorry.
Ms. Coleman,
Aye.
Mr.
William.
Powell,
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
In the matter of notification from the Ohio Department of Taxation regarding permissive sales tax for January of 2021.
Item 9, we're continuing to see growth in the economy in our county. January, of course, even with the weather, we continue to see a growth. Permissive sales tax for January 2021. Sales local 824, 426.73, with sales actual at 412,214.21 cents. Total of $1,236,640.94, which is up $60,785.72. Sales tax revenue continues to climb, continues to grow in our county, which is a great picture of economic vitality. I will say, though, we are not where we need to be. We still have a lot of businesses running with their arms tied behind their back, not quite up to full par, but hopefully soon we'll be seeing some of these orders lifted and we'll be able to get everybody up and running. So with that, are there any questions or comments in regards to the permissive sales tax report for January 2021? Hearing none.
I move that we accept.
I'll second.
Mr. Powell,
Aye.
Ms. Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
In the matter of contract agreement between the Board of Scioto County Commissioners and the Board of Lawrence County Commissioners regarding juvenile community residential services.
This is our annual renewal for the community residential services with Lawrence County Juvenile Detention Center. $85 per day per bed. The term of the contract is January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2021. Are there any other questions or comments in regards to this contract? Hearing none.
Motion to approve.
I will second.
Ms. Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Powell,
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
In the matter request to renew energy supplier contracts regarding the Scioto County Sheriff.
On this particular one, I think when we're reviewing it, and I appreciate the sheriff doing the work on getting these bids, and I think this is a renewal. This is a renewal of the current contract. I'm going to ask us to accept it for now, with possible approval next week. The reason I'm asking for acceptance, we just need to look at this. With the CCAO energy program, one of the reasons why we couldn't enter immediately is because we had outstanding contract vendors. And the energy program was going to be an overall savings for the county when we could enter into it. I need to call CCAO and check on this, and I'm sure they can give us some guidance. This is a 2.5-year contract. I'm not exactly sure why it's 2.5 years, but I don't want to mess up what we're trying to do there with the alternative energy program that we're working toward getting on with the County Commissioners Association of Ohio. So if we could just wait a little bit on this, if it'd be all right, if that's the will of the board, then we'll research this and revisit this soon. Again, appreciate the sheriff doing this, getting this done. Let's make sure we're all going to be able to save and not have anybody outstanding or on the outside looking in. I want to make sure everybody's able to appreciate the savings that we're going to be able to have as being part of a consortium, not just one county negotiating, but multiple counties negotiating for that energy. So multiple counties have already signed on to that, are already functioning, and we don't want to mess up our standing when we're able to opt in. So with that, I hope you understand what I'm talking about, and we'll definitely address it in short order. So I guess what I'm asking is if we could accept it instead of approve it.
I will make the motion to accept.
Thank you.
And I'll second.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
In the matter of resolution approving the Scioto County Sheriff to expend the county portion of fees collected from concealed handgun license according to ORC 311.42.
This particular resolution basically says that the sheriff has to, in his discretion, to utilize the concealed carry funds for what he sees fit in order to run his department. We didn't have a formal resolution in place, and this fixes that problem. Any questions or comments?
Motion to adopt?
I will second.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
In the matter of resolution authorizing the chairman of the Board of Scioto County Commissioners to submit proposals to the Ohio Department of Transportation for grants to the Rides for Community Immunity and executing contracts with the Ohio Department of Transportation upon grant project's approval.
This is a resolution authorizing ASC basically to apply for some grants that are available out there to give people rides during COVID. Are there questions or comments?
And this is specific to get individuals to clinics
Yeah.
for vaccines free of charge.
Yes,
So,
yes.
you know,
Sorry about
somebody
that,
needs to be
yes.
able to make it to get a vaccine and they want to do that. I think this is a great opportunity to provide that service.
Absolutely. One more ride, transportation opportunity for the county. And we appreciate Barb and her work at ASC to get this done. With nothing else to discuss, can we get a motion?
I make the motion to adopt.
Second?
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
In the matter of resolution authorizing the Scioto County Sheriff to accept the Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistant Grant from the Ohio Department of Public Safety, Office of Criminal Justice Services.
This particular grant is a resolution for the sheriff to authorize the acceptance. We are authorizing the acceptance of the Justice Assistant Grant, which is also commonly known as the JAG grant. Very interesting what they're going to be using that for. This is the authorizing the resolution for the Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistance Grant from the Ohio Department of Public Safety, Office of Criminal Justice Services in the amount of $18,645, which requires a match of $2,071.67, which is what our cover is, for body-worn camera systems. So it looks like the sheriff is going to be going to body cameras, and I would ask the press if they have any questions about that to please talk with Sheriff Thurman, who would be more than happy, I'm sure, to discuss that with you. I'm not an expert in body cameras. I don't pretend to be, but I don't know, are you, Scott? Kathy?
No.
Okay. I understand what they're for. I understand what they're used for. But as far as utilization and as far as putting them into use, that's a question for Sheriff Thurman. With that, any questions or comments? Hearing none.
I'll make a motion to adopt.
I will second.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
In the matter of approving payment of the regular schedule of accounts for the various funds, moral obligations, and the then and now certificates in the total amount of $293,699.99.
Any questions or comments in regards to the docket today? Hearing none.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Davis? In the matter of resolution accepting grant and dedication of right-of-way for public road purposes to be known as Tick Ridge Road, County Road 241-0.51, Harrison Township, Scioto County, Ohio.
Item 16 and 17 are dealing with culvert dedications of right-of-ways. This goes right in line with what our county engineer dealing with, working on over $7 million in road infrastructure, $8 million I think it was. And this is just part of those projects. So this particular one's on Tick Ridge Road out in Harrison. Are there any questions or comments in regards to this right-of-way? Hearing none.
I'll make a motion to adopt.
I will second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
In the matter of resolution accepting grant and dedication of right-of-way for public road purposes to be known as County Road 44, Henley, Comstock, Union Township, Scioto County, Ohio.
This right-of-way resolution is out on County Road 44, Henley, Comstock, and Union Township. Any questions or comments in regards?
None.
Hearing none.
I move that we adopt.
I'll second.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye. Thank you, County Engineer LeBrun.
In the matter of letter of acknowledgement for grant application requirements for the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections regarding TCAP.
All right, on this particular resolution, or no, it's a resolution, it's a letter of understanding. Let me clarify on that. The TCAP grant is a grant that is given out by Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections, encouraging counties to keep as many felony force advised in our local jail. This is being considered. It was once considered before. It was not adopted. It's being considered again by the prosecutor, common pleas, judges, and the Board of County Commissioners and the sheriff have to all agree to do this. So it is very much a joint cooperative situation where we are not all on board and we are doing everything we can to do jail diversion and keep our jail from overflowing and all of that. It doesn't work. You end up spending more than what you made from the grant. So there has been an opening available, meaning there's only so much money, there's only so many slots for counties to be part of this program. We did not opt in originally several years ago, and we have been given the opportunity to possibly opt in again. This letter that I would sign, along with the sheriff and the judges and the prosecutor, would be a letter stating that we are interested and that we're going to try to hold our place in line, that if once we do all of our due diligence, we look at all the numbers, then we may adopt it. We are not, this letter does not say that. It just says that we are interested and we are looking at the program and we're trying to get our place in line so that we don't lose that opportunity if we choose to do it. I have asked for quite a bit of data, as well as the judges have too, about our current population, what we did in 2020, what we did in 2019, where we are to date, how many people we have in custody right now in the Department of Corrections at the state prison level, to determine, is this something we want to do? Now, the beautiful thing is if we do opt in, it's a 2-year program. So in 2 years, if you see that it's not going to work, you can opt out. There are surrounding counties that are part of it. Lawrence County is one. I've spoken with their commissioners. I've spoken with other commissioners to ask, what kind of success have you had? I've heard positive things so far, but we're gonna make sure that we don't do anything, and that is a decision we all three have to make when the time comes. But the letter would be my signature, basically saying, as chairman, saying that we're interested, and that's the limit. That is the limit of what we're doing at this time. But we will have to act fast. When we're asking for the information, we're going to move on the information as soon as we can when the time comes. So the prosecutor's office is working on that data as we speak. Had a little bit of a hiccup yesterday with the loss of internet and computers and everything else that happened. So we're getting back online now. So are there any questions or comments in regards to this letter of acknowledgement?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I will second.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye. All right. Mrs. Coleman, would you have anything else?
I have nothing at this time.
Mr. Powell?
Oh, big congratulations to Shawnee State. Wow.
Yeah.
That's huge. It's so good to see the community out last night lining Chillicothe Street all the way into Lucasville. Man, they make not just the city, but the entire county proud to bring that banner back. They just had how many games in a row?
27 or 28. It was
A
crazy,
lot,
yeah. What
so
a run.
congratulations to the coaching staff, to the players. Wow, thanks for bringing the banner home.
It's just a first collegiate team in Ohio to win a title since 2009. A national
Interesting.
title since 2009. That's pretty incredible. You think about all the big schools, And of course, we still have some Ohio universities in the NCAA still, I believe. They're still in it. So we still have a chance for another one. But yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I mean, number one in the country. Number one. We're talking all these hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of universities, you know, that Shawnee State pulled that off. And yeah, kudos. It's awesome.
Well done.
Yeah.
On top of that, I would
So
add
proud.
that, and I know Brian's very involved with this, the Easter Caves
Oh, yeah.
opens this weekend. It's a great event. Anytime they do anything out there at the White Gravel Mines, it brings in thousands and thousands of people into our community, into our economy. I look forward to seeing what they've cooked up with this event, because it is a new event, but bringing so many people to that part of the county is just awesome for what they're doing for free.
Yeah.
So we appreciate all the hard work that the team has done out there as well, and I know myself and my family will be trying to enjoy that, I believe, this Saturday. So we're looking forward
Friday.
to it.
We start, oh, you're
Well,
going.
no,
Saturday.
we're going
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah, well, we're glad you're coming. I know the team, this is all new. We have literally worked and prayed on this for 3 years, just trying to figure out how to do this particular one. This rounds out the full year of events for the White Gravel Mines, as far as every quarter there's something big going on. Because, you know, you have Christmas Cave, then you have now Easter Cave, and then you have the 5K, the Extreme Trail Run at the end of June, around July 4th, and then you have the fall event of Cavern Choices. So it literally has become a full thing, a full year ministry, and literally when one event ends, the next event planning, and well, not even the planning's already happening, but the rollout for the next event occurs, and there are you know, a couple dozen people that are involved that just constantly are working. There's a core group of cave dwellers, is what we call ourselves, that are out there all the time, living underground, it seems like, for months. But this event, Scott, and I'm so glad you brought it up, is different than anything we've ever done. Been more of a challenge than anything we've ever done. And you'll understand when you come, because it's different. It is different. And there are some similarities to Christmas Cave, but there's some differences that are just striking, very striking. And I think everybody will really enjoy it. Even with COVID, we had 28,000 come out for Christmas Cave this past year, and you know, socially distanced and everything. And we had zero problems with that. So we're expecting the same. Mask, wearing a mask. We're still doing that out at Easter Cave, and socially distancing, and we've got things set up to do that. So we're excited to be able to, as a team, to be able to present something for the community to do, especially this time of year. And more people are getting out, and they're wanting to get out in nature. Well, this is a good way to do it. So it's just,
And what's fascinating about that property for me, from this seat, is there's not a lot of events in this county that brings in during COVID, 20-some thousand, the year prior,
Yeah.
probably a little more, and what it does to the local economy and bringing some positive attention to the area. So once again, thanks for the team.
thank you. The year before last, we had visitors from 26 states.
Yeah.
That's crazy, you know, that the people are traveling that far, and we're starting to see buses, and, you know, it's starting to be a big deal. But Tom and Mindy Martin do a wonderful job, and that's, of course, on their property out there, the Martin family, and they've really changed that whole, you know, how that all is. So anyways, okay.
And for the public, would you tell us what days that you're open?
Yes, opening night is tomorrow night. It's from 3 to 9, Friday, Saturday, and we have special Sunday hours during Easter. It'll be this weekend from 1 to 4, so that allows our workers to go to church in the morning and then go to church that night. And then Easter weekend, it is open Friday and Saturday only, 3 to 9. We are not open on Easter, because that gives our workers the opportunity to spend time with their families. And then the weekend after Easter, we will have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday hours, same as what we did this weekend. And Sunday will be open 1 to 4. So excited to see many, many friends. And we're starting to get visitors from out of town that are becoming friends because we see them all the time now. So it's exciting. So we're excited about what's happening, and we'll see how well it's received. It's brand new, and like you said, it's free. So come on in. Anything else? All right, we better move on and not give our clerk too much more to talk.
We did have one more thing, announce the HOP.
The HOP, yes.
Oh, yeah.
HOP, yeah, this is big. Okay.
We're gonna do that this Friday.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
it
starts.
starts
It starts the
tomorrow.
26th.
Yeah,
Yeah,
great.
it starts tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. HOP. Everybody's like, "What's HOP?" Okay. I'll do my best. All right. It's a community event. Anybody can do it. If you'll get on our county commissioner's Facebook page, you'll see a QR code on there. Scan that thing. It is a scavenger hunt for all intents and purposes. You can call it geocaching. You call it whatever you want to call it. But it's really exciting. Go on there. Be part of this community-wide scavenger hunt. It gets you out in the community, gets you active, gets you out visiting businesses and places like that and landmarks, and just gets people out. It's going to be beautiful. Saturday is going to be a beautiful day. Wonderful day to do it. Get on there, check it out, scan the code, and take part. It's a community-wide event, and you can go and find eggs, and that's why it's called HOP. So go out and find the Easter eggs, and what else do we want to add to that?
It basically takes you around the city of Portsmouth.
Yeah.
There's a starting point, obviously, and you'll get that, there's riddles at each egg. So every egg that you go to, you'll scan that code again, because there's QR codes on every egg, and it gives you the hint to go to the next egg. And that every egg will have a riddle, so it'll bring you back to that first location, basically, so.
Oh, where is the first location? Where does
I
everyone?
can't tell you guys.
Kathy, quit trying to
scan
cheat,
the
Kathy.
code. Part of the riddle. You got to scan the code.
It's very obvious, the first one is.
And then for people to be
very
aware,
obvious.
it's about a 3-mile
Yeah, it's a-
stroll through the
It's,
city?
it's a little over 3 miles,
Okay.
so if you follow the route exactly, which you
exercise.
won't,
Great.
it's about 3.5 miles, but, I mean, it just depends on which way you go to get to the next egg, so it's kind of, you can make it more or make it less.
Great.
So do the hop, and then hop out to Easter cake.
Perfect.
There you go.
Right? And you'll get a gingerly little walk through there too. So now, do we get wellness program points on this?
Yes.
See, it's a win-win
There
for
you go.
county employees. It's a win-win for county employees, but anybody can do it. Okay, and we want the whole community.
And it's another one of those free things.
It's
Yeah.
free.
You can do that?
It's
Get
fun
your
and free.
family.
Perfect.
Kids will love it.
Great.
Kids will love it. I mean,
It
Where do
starts
you get this kind of
tomorrow, and it goes
You can only
through
get
the
it here.
5th.
Right here.
Ryan,
Yeah, this does go for 10 days, so
10
you can do it at
days.
your
10 days.
leisure.
starts tomorrow, and continues for 10 days.
there you go. Just don't steal the eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah. please.
So, get on there, scan the code, and then you
Yeah.
get your first,
And then it
Clue.
sends you to the next.
Yeah.
You
All
gotta figure it
right.
out. It's a riddle. It's a riddle. So it'll be fun. We hope everybody participates. Okay. All right.
hope it doesn't take me 10 days to find all that.
Next Thursday. Where's Kathy? Oh, she's
She's still looking for
she's
eggs.
looking for an egg. All right, Brian. What we got?
On the agenda,
Yes.
from Mark Craycraft,
Yes.
please explain the $85 per bed on item number 10.
Okay. When we have to send people to juvenile detention, which sometimes does happen, that is under the purvey of our juvenile judge, Alan Lemons. Unfortunately, we have to send them to that detention center, and $85 is actually rather inexpensive for that. So we do from time to time have to send children to juvenile detention for a myriad of reasons, typically due to crime of some kind, some level. So it is unfortunately something we have to do, and that's under Judge Lemon's purvey.
Also from Mark Craycraft, please explain the scope and agenda of the 3 scheduled meetings on today's agenda.
Okay, the first one is in regards to the dog pound. We have a workers' comp issue there. The second one is in regards to safety and maintenance initiatives for the courthouse. And the third one is meeting with ODOT to determine, hopefully, paddle access in Lucasville for the kayak grant that we discussed last week.
Oh,
Week
no,
before last.
yeah, it's been several weeks.
Yeah, so Commissioner Powell spearheaded a grant for kayak access in Lucasville. Goes along with the Piketon, Lucasville, hopefully Portsmouth will have a kayak access plan to try to get that tourism going in our county in a bigger way. It's kind of going on right now, but it's not,
There's
access is not good.
Right, there's no official access.
Right, and we're trying to do that. Working with ODNR, the reason ODOT's mentioned here is because we're working with them too, because this particular place in Lucasville is on ODOT property. So we have ODNR talking to ODOT for us, and they're collaborating and doing their thing, and we're doing our thing, and everybody's coming together to do their thing. So hopefully we'll make this happen. This is government entities working together to try to create something really special. And I don't know if anybody's caught on or not, but and I think they have. You know, we got to run parallel courses in our county. We work economic development. You know, Mr. Horton's with us. They work economic development. They work very hard. But we also have to work the lifestyle element of what we're doing here. We can bring businesses here. We can try really, really hard to do it. But a lot of times, you know, at the end of the day, you know, they want employees. They want trained employees. They want workforce development. They want all of that. But also, you have to have something for those people to do too. And that's one of the things we're really working hard on, is to try to create recreational opportunities for our citizens. And this is just part of that. We're running parallel courses, trying to create those opportunities the best we can as government entities, working with private entities to try to really, really create something special and a tourism industry. We don't use those terms enough in this county, and we have a lot of potential, and we really need to use those terms together as a tourism industry. We don't do enough. We haven't done enough. We need to do more, and Sauter County government's trying to do what they can to foster as much of that as possible. Anything?
That's it.
Okay, question?
I believe that's all on the agenda.
Okay, off the agenda?
From Mark Craycraft, please update us on the progress of the ODNR project at the Shawnee Marina and the Airport Business Park.
Okay. I can take Business Park. You want to take?
Yeah, I'll take the.
Okay.
So the project out at the old golf course, there was a town hall. I think they're planning on doing another one that was updating that project. It is still moving. With COVID, there was some delays. They ran into some permit issues that kind of slowed them down a little bit. That's all cleared up. They're very hopeful. So they already have the gasoline there at the marina now, which is something that was on their
Huge.
plan. What was the clubhouse is turning into their commissary there, where they will have potential kayak, canoe rentals. They're planning on hopefully having their kayak trail done this year. Some camping, but not the 80 sites.
All right, it's phase one.
Some phase one camping.
Yeah.
But it is moving right along. It's already been allocated through the budget. It's very much happening. They're out there. We're really excited about it. And once again, it ties into what we're trying to do on the Sauter River or the Sauter Brush Creek of,
Yep.
if you're bringing people into the area that are interested in those types of activities, let's open up the whole county for them to go out and to explore. So very exciting things that are going on down there. They're putting a ton of money and a big investment into this community. But yeah, we just had a update on Tuesday,
Yeah.
which was,
Yeah.
but Jenny Richards presented on it too, so she knows quite a bit about it. So reach out to Jenny. But it's moving right along. It's they plan to have several of those aspects and components done this year.
Yeah, I think it's been kind of frustrating, the updates we've received up till now. And I think ODNR has been kind of frustrated too. They've been kind of limited with COVID and everything else, but I'm starting to see where that's opening up more. They're bringing their people back, getting more engaged. I know just from discussing with the assistant director up there what's going on, Mary Mertz, who is the director of ODNR, is very, very engaged on this project. This is definitely on her front burner, and she wants this done. I think a lot of that stemmed from the original discussions we had with them. You know, if you're going to commit, commit, and go and commit hard, and they did, and they are, and I think this is going to come full circle. The permitting, anytime you're dealing with Army Corps of Engineers, Ohio EPA, there's a process there, and COVID definitely slowed them down. I mean, it just bogged everything down. So, hey, look, we're heading in the right direction. You know, another thing that you mentioned, the park, you mentioned, you know, the kayaking and what we're trying to do. Sitting right in the middle of that is Earl Thomas Conley Park,
Yeah.
and what we're doing there. And we're excited about moving forward. It's something that we need to let everybody know, as we discussed over a year ago, but because of COVID, everything got stopped. We had discussed openly in this meeting the pump park, and we are going to move forward with the pump park. We stalled, couldn't talk about it because with COVID, we didn't know where we were heading. We were hearing some really tough projections on sales tax revenue and everything else. We're going to move forward with that, and we did get a grant through the capital budget for a walking trail around the top rim of the park. We're going to proceed with that. We got $50,000 to put in a biking walking trail around the top of the park. So we're going to be reaching out to some community partners on marking and signs for that, and we're going to try to do both those projects this year. We're really excited. Earl Thomas Conley Park, even though we started with a flood, we started with it underwater this year. You know, we ended it last year with new top coating on our tennis courts and our basketball courts, and a new pickleball court, and all of this, and all of the sealing and the repair work we did on the parking lots and the striping, and the park was beautiful at the end of last year. It's beautiful now. We're going to be able to move forward now, and the park is going to be really used a lot this year. So we're right in the middle of that. We're like the hub of all these other things going on. So it's kind of exciting, and this is the goal. This was the vision when we started talking about this several years ago. Is we needed to provide a place along with Shawnee State Park and now what they're doing down by the riverside, a place for Scioto Countyans to go play and recreate, and it's happening. It's slowly happening. It takes a lot of investment, takes a lot of time, but we're getting there. We're getting there, and then in the meantime, Mr. Horton and his cohorts are working hard to bring industry in and business, and we're seeing an uptick in economy, and things are starting to, how do they put it, run on all 8 cylinders. We're not quite on all 8, but we're trying. So.
I just want to add, for the public's sake, we are doing some construction work at the park for a week, and
Yes.
The bathroom facilities are closed, but there are portable facilities there.
Yes, and please, right now the power is off at certain places, and I think the flooding kind of probably some of those issues, but they are down there starting right away to replace power in a part of the park, and it's underground project work, so they're working on that. Thank you for bringing that up. So public, please be patient with us. I think it was a week. It was going to take a week to finish the project, and they are working on that. So what else, sir?
You had an update on SOAR.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. He asked about the SOAR Business Park. I can say some, and then Robert, you can close it out if that would be okay with SOAR. We are, as some will know, we did do the bond last year or last week in our meeting. We are building it in a building. With COVID, we have a 22-week lead time on steel for our building. I don't know if that's improved any or more, but it's still 22 weeks, which means we're still going to build it this year. We are proceeding with some infrastructure, water lines, work of that nature, electrical, and we're moving forward. We are actively working with a couple of potential tenants for down there, people that are wanting to build buildings themselves as well, and they are in the Economic Development Department is in the midst of those discussions. Robert, do you have a microphone on there nearby? Would you like to expound on any of that?
Well, yeah, you pretty much hit it.
The bonds, we're being told, will be closed by the end of next month. With that being said, we've already got engineering well underway. They're working on the topo portion of it now for the property. As you spoke with the building, there is a lead time on it, but the way it should fall with engineering should be completed hopefully May. Then we will submit for permitting. We will probably split the permitting and do a site permit first while we're finishing the building permit. That way we can break ground with a little luck end of May, June, where we actually start doing site work and get the pad in so that we can do concrete. And the concrete should be completed, ready for acceptance of the building, which would then deliver at this point in time into July, 1st of August. So it's a tight schedule, it's a doable schedule, and it's looking good. It's looking really good. So
Yeah.
with a little luck, you'll see steel going in the air August, and with a potential completion date December, January.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's exciting.
We're getting a lot of inquiries, a lot of people
Yeah.
wanting to locate out there.
Yes,
It's,
we are. We most certainly are. I'm talking
Very exciting.
with several, that want to build at the park. And I have a feeling that this is it moving. When you go and develop, you can buy a piece of dirt, it can sit forever. But once you start activity on that, then people get excited and they want to be a part of it. And that's what we're creating.
Yeah, I
Not
think,
to mention, it's the primary item that the state says we need first in anything in the entire Appalachian region.
right.
And that's product. A spec building. They have preached it to me for 4 years, every time we go to Columbus, and we've gone a lot
Yeah.
over the years. And it's sites and spec buildings. When these RFIs come in, 95% of the RFIs we've received in the last 2 years are looking for an existing building. And they won't wait. So we've done an average, and the average is 50,000 square feet. We're just under it, but talking with Bill's been doing this for years. We went off of some of his advice. He tries to stay in the 30 to 50 range. He's been real successful with that. He's been very, very helpful with us moving the project forward.
Yeah.
And that's a testament to also the counties working together, same in the industrial corridor.
Right.
It's exciting times out there. I know I don't toot my horn a whole lot, but we're very busy, and I would rather spend my time putting projects together, finding projects, trying to make the numbers work so that they're financially viable for everyone, than spending my time on Facebook or whatever. But all you got to do is come see me. You'll see
Right.
what's going on.
Well,
It's exciting.
it's interesting to see the relationship dynamics that have developed over the last couple of years, especially in not only between the counties, but also between Jobs Ohio, Ohio Southeast, Sauter County Economic Development,
all of them.
JEDISO, and even, where just a few months ago, we know that we're working with Ohio Southeast, Jobs Ohio, on the sewer project down in Haverhill, which is a large investment, $3 million over, that they've done down there. And then to see what they're doing in Adams County with their business park that they're trying to develop up there on 32. Jobs Ohio has invested quite a bit there. It's good to see where they're helping to create product, where Sauter County, with our park out there, we're doing a lot with other entities so far, what we've done, although with the rural park industrial loan program. That's Ohio Southeast as well. So we're easily, they're investing equally in many of these counties where we're leaning more toward infrastructure. In Haverhill, they're helping us substantially out at SOAR as well. And if you have any questions about where all these pieces, how this puzzle really fits together, and I would urge the press to please get a hold of this and really figure out how these pieces come together. Get with our economic development director, sit down with Robert, because you can't do all this without cooperation amongst many entities. You have to have everyone moving in the same direction at the same speed, and hopefully that speed's warp speed, but it doesn't always work that way with government. But it takes so much effort, especially with COVID going on. It's been amazing what's been accomplished during COVID to move forward. And I said this, and you'll remember me saying this, is that the counties that work hard on economic development, don't lay down during COVID, will be the ones that will come out of COVID stronger and better better than they were before, because there's too many people that were laying down and not working on stuff, using COVID as an excuse, basically.
We didn't.
And you guys never did stop. You never stopped. We never stopped. This office never stopped. We just kept on grinding, trying to get things done. And our partners did too.
Yes.
They kept working. So we're starting to see the fruit of that labor.
Yes.
And it takes time. And kudos to you guys and your team and getting things done.
And everybody else, and I can't appreciate it all that's involved. I mean, ODOT's looking at it.
Yeah.
OSIP with Ohio Southeast, I can't thank them enough, and Jobs Ohio. The RIPL loan that you read, ODSA.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
everyone is encouraging this project and moving it forward, so it's huge. And you guys, thank God for you guys. The commissioners have just, I can't say enough what y'all have done, especially in the last 5 months.
I really truly believe that we will look back 10 years from now, and 2021 would have been a watershed moment. It would have been a time that we can look back and say, there were decisions made in 2020, 2021, during the middle of a pandemic, that really propelled this county forward.
I've developed, on the private side, I've developed in many states and been a part of many business parks. Average, we're looking at 300 acres out there that can be developed, and that's, I'm used to 1,500 acres, some a little smaller, but I can tell you, in all the cities and states I've been in, and there's been a lot of them, what you have in this county with that business park sitting on the bypass, or not, well, the Memorial Highway. Your logistics are powerful. The property is relatively flat. And you have one of the finest parks in this area. You really do. You've got a lot of potential out there. And I think you're going to see it over the next 10 years that you're speaking about explode. I really do. It's going to be a tremendous thing.
Wonderful. Yeah, we're excited. We are excited.
And you have the second largest spec building being built in the state of Ohio.
Yeah. Really?
The second largest.
That's a fun fact. All right. Well, and we're going to fill it too.
Better believe it.
We're going to fill it. That's for sure. What else you got?
Also from Mark Craycraft. With well over 300 children in the care of CPS, what is the current status of the Children's Safety Center? It seemed that it was all the buzz at election time, then forgotten.
I don't think it's been forgotten. I would have to push back on that comment. It is something that is actively being worked on, and talking with our Children's Services Director and in talking with Ohio Department of Job and Family Services just about this very issue just 2 weeks ago. It is not Day is the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services. It takes a lot of time to put something like this together. You just don't open a house and throw people in it and say, there you go. Wish it was that easy, but it's not. So when you're dealing with children, you're dealing with regulations, you're dealing with HEPA laws and everything else. I mean, there's just so much that just don't willy-nilly do something like this. I will have to say, it's not a political thing either. I will push back on that statement too. This was not something that was talked about during political or election time. It was timing-wise, I guess you could say it was, but this is something we've been talking about well before the election, and something that we are dealing with and looking at right now. We have a potential project that is materializing. It's going to take a lot of collaboration, just like economic development, to make it happen on many fronts, and I think it'll be a very positive thing long term. Will it take longer than we wish? Yes, it looks like that's the way it's going to turn out. In the meantime, we're doing all that we can to try to reduce the load in our courts right now and get children out of temporary placements and get them into more permanent placements, as in what we did last week with the attorney. In adding an attorney, transitioning that to our prosecutor's office, our hopes is that we'll be able to move anywhere between 30 and 50 children from temporary positions to more permanent positions, whether those be adoptions or permanent placement. That is what our hopes are. We are investing in that move. The county commissioners personally have invested out of the general fund to do that, and we are very serious about that. We have everybody on board, Children's Services Board, Prosecutor's Office, ourselves, are vested in this, and it even has an element where they'll be working hand in hand also with the SVU, the Special Victims Unit within the Prosecutor's Office. So we appreciate the work that's going on many fronts to move this forward. We have to alleviate the numbers. We have to reduce these numbers. And at the same time, foster care is another element that's out there. We encourage people. You can do it online now. You can do the classes online. There really is no excuse. If you have the means, you have the love, you have the support, and you have the home to provide for a child, you can do all that online now with very limited where you have to do in-person stuff. Of course, there's home visits and everything else, but they're doing their best to work around work schedules and other conflicts and things like that to make it to where if you are genuinely interested in becoming a foster parent, you can be. And those opportunities are out there. I know NECO and OASIS also offers those, and there's a lot of different ways to do it right now. So we encourage people to do that. We need more foster parents. We need more kinship. Of course, with kinship in the bill that's in the state, at the state level, there's going to be more funding for kinship, which has always been a big issue for kinship providers, and our hearts have always gone out to them. Nothing that we could control. It's all state controlled, and to get those funds to help people who are doing kinship, it never made sense to any of us as to why a foster parent who wasn't related to somebody would receive funding, but someone who was a relative who did the same job didn't receive funding. It just didn't make a whole lot of sense because it didn't change the fact that there was expenses. And so that is now, being addressed at the state level, and hopefully that happens in a big way. And those providers there are people who do not do kinship now because they can't afford to do kinship. This will alleviate some of those issues. So hopefully that'll help too. We need everybody to help on this. Great question. I appreciate the question. But we are doing everything we can to move it forward.
And as Mr. Craycraft is a part of the media, I would encourage him to discuss just what he said and make it, please put it in your news that the need for foster parents is very great. Brian has hit on the subject that it's a lot easier to go through the application process. So perhaps that would be something that you could elaborate on.
Yeah, what is that process and how does it work? That's a good idea. That's a good idea. A lot of people would probably love to know that if it was something at their fingertips, it'd be a lot easier. We encourage all the press to do that. Please, talk with Jason Mantell, talk with the people at CPS, talk to them about how the community can become more involved and get that information out there. Because it literally takes a village, guys. It really does. We have a major problem. We have metropolitan numbers. We have children that, I mean, we've got more children than cities way larger than we are. And we've got to address the problem. These children are innocent victims. They are innocent victims, and we need to get them as much help as possible. So it literally takes everybody. We need to put a big effort behind it. And a lot of people are, but it's a major, major undertaking. Anything else?
From Patrick Keck. Portsmouth City Council has spoken on the litter problem in the city. One trouble spot identified is Coles Boulevard. How could the grants for the work release program help decrease that problem?
I haven't heard of Coles Boulevard being a problem. This is the first time I've heard of Coles Boulevard being a problem. So nobody's said anything to us. We are, right now, I just talked to Sam Sutherland about litter yesterday, city manager, and Sam and I talk every week, and litter has been a major topic. It's a major topic around here. We are concentrating on our next effort in the city on Shears Hollow. Pleasant Avenue is just terrible. People are using the sides of our roads as trash bins. We've opined on this how many times as commissioners. It's incredible to me just how bad it is. And we just had a discussion with the Lawrence County commissioners. They're having the same problem. Lawrence County is just as bad as Sauter County. Why people feel like it's their right and obligation to throw their trash outside of their cars and throw it to the side of the road is beyond me. A lot of illegal dumping going on. I'll talk to Mr. Sutherland about that. Thank you, Patrick, for bringing that to our attention. We have the crews going out twice a week now. We're challenged. We are still challenged because the jail is, for the most part, not letting inmates out. They're still under certain guidelines because of COVID, but we are using probationers. But we only have so many we can use, and scheduling them, it's been tough. We're hoping right at the beginning of April things are going to change in that regard, and we'll be able to have access to more probationers. The idea is, we don't want all these people in these communal settings in our jails, so they're trying to keep people separated still, trying to do the social distancing. We're almost there, where we'll be able to do more. We still don't have access to STAR inmates up at the Community Justice Center in Franklin Furnace. We still don't have access to them. So work crews are the big problem. But I was just talking to the city manager yesterday, and we were talking about Shears Hollow, Pleasant Avenue. I think they're getting beat up on that one too. And we're trying to work together between work release, between our solid waste district. The solid waste district is working as well, and we're coordinating with everybody, trying to get as much as we can together until we can really tackle the problem. It is a major problem. I agree 100%. I didn't get to watch the city council meetings. There was a blurb in the Portsmouth Daily Times yesterday. As a matter of fact, I saw it in line at Dollar General. I saw the front page, and it had a story there about the litter, and I just got to scan a little bit of it. But we know it's a major issue. Let me say this. Please, people, stop littering. This is ridiculous. Hold on to your trash, put it in your trash at the house, find a bin to put it in, but don't throw it on our streets, because the bottom line is there are companies looking at our area right now as we speak. And when they visit our area, they want a clean community to move to. And when they see trash lining the roads, I'm passionate about this, guys. It gets me burned up so bad. When they see trash and they see garbage and they see everything that's going on, they don't want to come here. So the job you're impacting could be yours.
That's right.
Could be yours. And or your neighbors, or your loved one, your friend, your cousin. What you're doing is you are hurting the community. We need to take pride in our community. We need to do what's right. Hold on to your trash. Put it in your personal trash bin. Find a dumpster somewhere, but don't throw it out on the streets, please. And we have cleanup days all throughout this county. They have dumpsters all over the city. They're doing what they can. The city is. The county's doing what they can. The solid waste district's doing what they can. The township trustees have cleanup days. They do what they can. But we need everybody to do your part. Take personal responsibility, and let's do that. And let's clean up our community, because we can only do so much. We have 600 and some miles of roads in this county. If you count them between highways or county, township, state, city, 600 miles, okay? So there's no way a few people can handle that. It takes all of us to do it. And I know there's citizens that go out every day, pick up trash in their front yard. They live along roadsides, they have to go pick up trash in their front yard because somebody, some irresponsible person, has driven by and thrown their trash in their front yard. It's terrible. Let's not do that. Let's work together. Let's come together. Let's solve this problem for ourselves, because not everybody, we can't do it for everybody. It takes personal responsibility.
We've we're getting grants to put up cameras, so we're going to be.
Cameras are up.
Okay,
They're
good.
up. Cameras are up, and they're already being utilized, and those cameras are mobile. So we'll leave it at that. But
So
there are cameras.
You might want to
And-
think twice before you litter
or
inside of the
dump
county.
at the recycle sites. You might want to think twice, because we spend a lot of time cleaning those sites up. Our crews have to go out and remove a mattress like just this past week, or a sofa that's been dumped at one of our recycle sites. The district board voted to order cameras, and those are facial recognition cameras. So we've had a lot of requests for that. People are tired of it because they don't want to see the recycle program end. That's the problem. The abuse is costing us so much more money than what it should. They'll bankrupt the system, and the abuse will cause the system to end. Nobody wants to see the recycle program go away. So enforcement is being ramped up to enforce it on those that are abusing it.
What was the street just recently, 27 bags collected?
Hammerstein,
Yes.
we weren't even able to finish it because of rain. Rain came. In less than a half a mile, it was 27 bags of trash on Hammerstein Road in Lawrenceburg. 27 bags of trash. So, I mean, it's inexcusable. People need to take personal responsibility. Let's all work together. Let's all work together, and let's solve the problem. Anything else?
Also from Patrick Keck, any updates on the stimulus plans? When does the county expect to receive those funds?
We have not received any correspondence yet as far as the exact date. Our auditor will let us know when that time comes. My understanding is that we will receive those funds in 2 installments, spread out over time. And no, we haven't made any plans. There's been some ideas thrown out. Again, when that time comes, we will definitely be much more precise in our answer on that. We are still dealing with a pandemic, and some of those funds will be COVID related, there's no doubt. But there's also infrastructure opportunities, things like that, that when the time comes, we'll cross that bridge. We got a lot going on right now, grants, my goodness, projects. It's incredible what's going on in the county right now, and we'll get to it. Thank you, Patrick. It's a good question, and we don't mind you asking it, and if you can bring it up again, we'll, especially when we start seeing more things in the news about monies being released, that it would be a wonderful time to start those conversations. Okay? Don't count your chickens till they hatch. Right? All right. Okay, that's it. Anything else? Can we get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
I will second.
Ms. Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Powell,
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy your weekend. It's Palm Sunday this Sunday. I hope that you visit the church of your choosing, and hop. Go hop.
Go hop around the city.
Go hop. Easter Cave. Go do it. Go visit your community. Talk to you later.